scene behind the starting stalls for the Honda Australian Cup. There's $655,000 in prize money. Vo Rogue on the tote is at $4.10. And you wouldn't believe it, they're actually betting better odds out here on the track. Superimpose $4.50. Better Loosen Up has been well supported, $3.25. King's High at $4.50. The Phantom, $2.95. Sedestin, $4.10. Lord Palmerston, $27. Kingston Rule at $9.50. Concordance, $29.50. And Stylish Century will run the favourite at $1.60. So only in a field of 10. There's 334,000 in the win, 185,000 in the place pools. 8 of the 10 horses are considered big chances. Lord Palmerston and Concordance are the two outsiders in the race. And realistically on form they couldn't match it with the other 8, but it just shows you how open it is and how many great horses we have in Australia at the moment. It's a super race. Vo Rogue won this race last year, defeated Superimpose and Our Poetic Prince, and a little bit of overnight rain, and a lot of people think he might be able to match it with Stylish Century. It's going to be a battle just between those two horses to see which one leads, the youngster Stylish Century or the 6-year-old Vo Rogue. It will be a marvellous race. King's High, one of 2 horses from the Hayes stable. Michael Clark is on Better Loosen Up. His brother Gary on King's High. Twice he's made the wrong choice with King's High in the Derby and the Australian Guineas. And Gary Clark again reunited with King's High, a horse who has won $1.4 million. And of the 10 runners, they have won almost $9 million in stake money. A fabulous field. I don't think we'll see a better field for quite a while. It really is a magnificent race. And the runners are behind the stalls and about to go into the stalls. Well, Cyril Small is the jockey of Vo Rogue. He knows what it's like to win the Australian Cup, but this year it is going to be much different. Cyril rides Vo Rogue again.
Well, Cyril, a lot has been said and a lot has been written about the battle between Vo Rogue and Stylish Century in the Australian Cup. How do you feel it's going to turn out, particularly in the early stages?
I think if we don't lead, we'll be right there. So we're going out with the plan of leading, and if he goes with us, well, we'll be right there with him.
Do you think Stylish Century is going to be the hardest for you to beat?
Oh, he's one of the hardest, but a couple of other horses there that are good horses. King's High and Better Loosen Up are both good horses. So, you know, it should be a very good race.
And just one last question. How do you feel Vo Rogue is racing? Is he racing as well as he was, say, last autumn?
I'd have to say definitely, because of the times that he's been racing, they've been running. He's just as good as he ever was.
Good. Well, good luck for the race, and hope your luck turns this week.
Thank you very much. Good.
Cyril Small talking to Graham Kelly only moments ago, and now the runners are being positioned into the starting stalls. The Phantom going up with King's High. Sedestin and Vo Rogue are still away from the line, but there's only a couple to be brought up. 2-1 favourite on the Victorian tote is Stylish Century. Now Superimpose, runner-up in last year's Melbourne Cup, runner-up in last year's Australian Cup, winner of last year's Turnbull Stakes, is about to go into the line for Darren Gauci. They're all set to go. Lights on for the Australian Cup. And they're racing. Sedestin missed it by a length. The Lord Palmerston was slow to begin. Stylish Century, the Phantom, and Vo Rogue looking for the lead on the outside. He should get it too, Vo Rogue. Sprints around the outside of Stylish Century and leads comfortably. Kingston Rule went up third on the outside of the Phantom. Then King's High on the outside of the stablemate Better Loosen Up. 2 lengths to Concordance. Then Superimpose, Lord Palmerston. And Sedestin was last of all. Well, Vo Rogue's running about 4 horses away from the inside rail, but he still leads. You can see he's out a little bit wide on the track, but he's 2 or 3 lengths in front of Stylish Century. About 5 away Kingston Rule as Vo Rogue gets closer to the rails. 2 lengths behind Kingston Rule was the Phantom. 1.5 lengths to King's High, and then came Better Loosen Up. Followed by Concordance and Sedestin the rail. 1 to Superimpose, and 1 length away last Lord Palmerston. 25 lengths covers first from Aston. Vo Rogue in front and leads by 5 lengths. Stylish Century in second placing, about 6 lengths away third Kingston Rule. 1.5 lengths to the Phantom, followed by King's High on the outside of Better Loosen Up. Then came Sedestin and Concordance. 1.5 lengths to Superimpose, and 1 length away the bolter Lord Palmerston. Vo Rogue at the 900 leads by 6 lengths. Stylish Century second, about 3 lengths away Kingston Rule chasing. 4 lengths away the Phantom, then came King's High. On the inside, Better Loosen Up. 2 lengths away, Superimpose making a run. Lord Palmerston going with him, and then came Sedestin, and last of all, Concordance. On the turn in the Australian Cup, Vo Rogue 4 in front. Stylish Century ridden along second. 3 lengths away, Kingston Rule. Then Better Loosen Up, followed by the Phantom. King's High's running on strongly. Then Lord Palmerston, followed by Superimposed, Sedestin and Concordance. 300 to go. Small goes for the whip on Vo Rogue. He's 4 in front. Here's Better Loosen Up running on strongly with Superimposed. Vo Rogue of the 250, a length and a half in front. Better Loosen Up is trying to run him down. Here's Superimposed and the Phantom. Vo Rogue still a length in front. Better Loosen Up can't get him. Vo Rogue's hanging on. He'll make it back to back. He is a champion. He's done what only champions can do. Vo Rogue wins a length. Better Loosen Up second. Superimposed third. Then Stylish Century. We've seen a wonder horse. The Phantom fifth. Then Kingston Rule. Well back Sedestin, King's High, Lord Palmerston and Concordance. And we've got about a Vo Rogue. He's done it when he wasn't expected to. He's led all the way and beaten the big guns, and still as a 6-year-old, he is the best racehorse in Australia. On the tote, $4 and $1.30. Better Loosen Up, $1.10. Superimpose, $1.25. And the time is 2 minutes 0.9, which is 0.6 off the best metric time held by Horlicks from last year's McKinnon Stakes. Marvellous effort. He is a superstar, and he's definitely now the best horse I've ever seen. Vo Rogue at the 400s, 3 lengths in front. Cyril is waving the whip, and every 2 or 3 strides, he's slapping him with it. He's 3 or 4 in front. Better Loosen Up running on strongly. Stylish Sentry's under pressure. Superimpose is making ground, and the Phantom again gets up into another minor placing. But Vo Rogue, he just found so much as he goes to the line with about a length break over Better Loosen Up. Jeff Perry, one of the part owners, he is no doubt ecstatic, I'm sure, and Peter Donning is with Jeff.
Well, Dan, Jeff Perry has got a smile from ear to ear. How are the nerves now, Jeff?
They're all right. I'd say the horse has said it all. There's nothing I can say. I'd say the horse has said it all.
What about when you walked into the betting ring there and you saw the figures they were betting about him? Did you
12
think...
to 1, unbelievable.
I sort of checked him to see that he still had 4 legs when he came into
Well,
the
you'd
mounting.
have to, wouldn't you? You'd have to. You'd have to, yeah, that's right.
Has he answered the critics today?
Well, if he never ever wins another race, I think that's proved it to them, hasn't it?
Now,
if he
Jeff,
never ever wins another race, so, yeah.
going down the riverside, Cyril stayed out about 4 off the rail. That was
Yes.
obviously a predetermined plan.
Yes, we walked the course last night, and we thought for the first 3 horses on the rail, from the 10 furlong chute down to the mile, it was a little bit wet, so we told him to stay out there 4 deep there.
Were you going to lead at all costs?
No, we were, if the other horse had a lead, we were going to sit on the outside and pressure him all the way. That was the rules.
All right, so what do you do with him now?
Oh, well, we'll go up to Sydney and go into the Sedge, you know, if it's fine. If not, we'll just have to sort of go back to Brisbane, I suppose.
Finally, as he comes back now, the ovation he's getting, it must do your heart proud that the Melbourne public does love him so much.
Well, they still love him, yeah. I don't think they ever gave us away, that's right, yeah.
Jeff, congratulations. Go and lead him in and enjoy a great feeling.
Thanks very much.
Jeff Perry, the senior part owner of Vo Rogue, and tremendous scenes down here in the mounting yard, Dan, after the running of the Australian Cup.
Terrific interview too, Pete. Thanks a lot for that. He's a marvellous racehorse. He's done what only champions can do. We've seen Manicato and we've seen Kingston Town, and what makes them champions is when they win when they're not expected to, and that's what Vo Rogue has done today. Double-figure odds were bet in the ring, which probably made him about 6th or 7th favourite, quite unbelievably, in this fantastic race. And the reception this horse has received has been unbelievable as he comes back to scale. Everybody, whether they've backed him or not, I'm sure are yelling out for this marvellous performance. He is a superstar. That's win number 26 from his 67th start. He's been around for 4 years on the racetrack. He keeps winning races. Jeff Perry walking back Vo Rogue, jockey Cyril Small with a big smile on his face. And there's the superstar Vo Rogue. He's been in the winner's stall before, and this is the 2nd time he has won the Australian Cup. And of course, he was upset by Dandy Andy in that phenomenal race 3 years ago. Vo Rogue, the winner of the Australian Cup. Better Loosen Up has run 2nd, Superimposed 3rd, 4th was Stylish Century, and 5th in was the Phantom. We'll take a break and come back live to Flemington. Well, viewers on Channel 10, you've seen one of the most exciting races in history, the best racehorses in Australasia, and we have now got the proven weight for age champion of this nation, and that's no doubt Vogue. He left no doubt, winning his 26th race from 67 starts, back-to-back Australian Cups. Let's relive that magic moment, Vogue in the 1990 Australian Cup. On the turn in the Australian Cup, Vogue 4 in front. Stylish Century ridden along second, 3 lengths away Kingston Rule. Then Better Loosen Up, followed by the Fairnham. King's High's running on strongly. Then Lord Palmerston, followed by Superimposed at Eston and Concordance. 300 to go, Small goes for the whip on Vogue. He's 4 in front. Here's Better Loosen Up running on strongly with Superimposed. Vogue of the 250, a length and a half in front. Better Loosen Up is trying to run him down. Here's Superimposed and the Fairnham. Vogue still a length in front. Better Loosen Up can't get him. Vogue's hanging on. He'll make it back to back. He is a champion. He's done what only champions can do. Vogue wins a length. Great performance, marvellous racehorse. He's Vogue. The presentation about to get underway, and the chairman of the Victoria Racing Club, Mr. Peter Armitage, will make the presentation to the winning connections.
Mr. Premier, Mr. Robertson, Honda Australia, ladies and gentlemen, what a marvellous race. I want to say on behalf of the VRC, our heartiest congratulations to the champion, Vogue, and his connection. We are delighted to be associated with Honda in this magnificent race, and now I'll introduce the Honourable, the Premier, Mr. Kane. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Kane.
Chairman Peter Armitage, VRC committee members, ladies and gentlemen, I'm delighted to be asked to introduce Mr. Robertson to make the presentation. Racing is great in this state, and for a champion to win a race of this calibre and take on all the best horses in the country is better for racing than anything. And the crowd here today, a great crowd, but they're stopping around to see the presentation to the connections of a champion racehorse. Thanks for sticking around and seeing what's important to racing. And a very great pleasure in introducing Mr. Neil Robertson, who's the Director of Marketing and Internal Operations of Honda Australia, to make the presentation to the winning connections.
Mr. Premier, members of the VRC, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Honda Australia, I would like to say how delighted we are to be again associated with the prestigious events held at Flemington. This is our first year to be associated with the Honda Australian Cup, and I'm sure that after such an exciting race, it won't be the last. I would also like to take this opportunity to congratulate the VRC on their wonderful 150 years and to wish them well for the future. I now have great pleasure in congratulating the connections of Vogue, Gary Roberts, Jay Perry, trainer Vic Rail and jockey Cyril Small. And I would ask Gary to come and accept the award. Thank you.
Well, there you go, Vogue. He is a superstar. Amazing, just having a look at the horse while the presentation was being made. He went around to different parts of the crowd around the paddock enclosure, and he just bowed to them as he walked around. Paid $4 and $1.30, extraordinary price, probably the best dividend we've seen of Vogue in Victoria. $1.10 for Better Loosen Up, $1.25 for Superimposed, $15.10 for the Quinella. The trifecta, $118.60, and the double was $28. So the Blamey trifecta reversed around a little bit, but has got up and at quite good odds as well. Vogue, the winner of the Australian Cup. We'll take a break, come back again live to Flemington. There he is, and that's Vogue, winner of his second successive Australian Cup. Certainly great to see. There's just not enough adjectives to describe how good the horse is. Peter and Graham, you've seen some marvellous racehorses. If he's not the best, he's certainly one of them.
Oh, and he's the favourite too, Dan. Wasn't it great, the reception he got, Graham?
Yes, tremendous. Hundreds of people standing around the mounting yard, and a great cheer when Vic Rail went up to the microphone. It was a great win.
Well, Dan, from us, I think we've seen a magic moment in racing today.
Peter, Graham, thanks a lot for your help today. One of the certainly magic races of all time. We've seen one of the best and most popular races of all time, and he's